So, those lovely special rear arms that they were on about. Now, I must admit, I'm feeling a little bit shortchanged on these at the moment, because I thought these little aluminium blocks that bolt in to do the lower shock mount were offset in the kit, so you could mount them one way up to get the equivalent of a flat arm and swap them over to so they're upside down and get like a gull wing offset. Apparently not. There's only the one option in the kit, so I'm not sure if there's other offset options of these come in, or if you're supposed to do it with spacers. Haven't quite found that out yet. There's nothing on the setup sheet that says that gives you the option of spacing them down, just shock position in and out, which for carpet is out, so that's how we'll set them up for now. So you got the various holes on the back there. You can slide it in and out depending on what angle you want on them. So we'll get them in. Got to mount them with that little dot upwards. Already mounted the drop bars on, and the roll bar drop links. Not sure why I assumed that it was possible from the kit parts to get the gull wing geometry. I think due to some of the early interviews. I'll have to double check back on that. As it stands, I think it might be an easier way of changing the rear shock, the lower shock position, but that is not the excitement I signed up for. I signed up for gull wing adjustment. Like I said, I'll have to look into that a bit more and find out where I got my misinformation from. Let's see if it is possible. What if I'm just reading the manual wrong? Next is to put the C block on. And as you might have heard from my associated shenanigans, I'm kind of happy to see that this one's a bit beefier with no little slots in it and so forth. So hopefully less drama. That's the C block in. Apparently the kit setup is short wheelbase. There's not much length adjustment here either. I think they're 1mm spacers. I think I might have done this in the wrong order. It might have been easier to screw the gearbox in and then slide that in, but yeah. Let's give it a whirl. Can Matt flip everything upside down without scattering parts everywhere? Apparently he can. It feels more robust than the associated. It seems similar robustness on all the metals to the PR Racing. The plastics feel a bit chunkier though, which is nice because, like I said, break things. So there we go. Every free moving. Does seem to be more front to rear slop in that one than this one though. That's that bit so far. Next we've got the hubs. Let's get the hubs done. The rear hubs and drive shafts. Done a little bit of pre-work here and put the ball joints onto the hub tops. Bit of thread lock. Oh, I put the bearings in as well. One rear hub, and you set the axle height with these little inserts, 2 different heights applied, and you can flip them so you get 4 different axle heights. Kit carpet setting is just +1mm, which is that. I'm going to put that in this side now as well so I don't mess it up. Because you can compare them like that. So that's the hub. Now onto the drive shafts. And one of the interesting features, although a few cars have got it, is that there's 2 different sets of holes in this half shaft. One so you can mount the drive shaft that way, and another one so you can mount it further out. So in essence, changing the length of the whole shaft assembly. For carpet, it says it's to run it the shorter length, which is this more outboard hole. One drive shaft, one CVD barrel thingy, one pin, wiggle usually gets you through. But of course in this case it does not. There we go. And that slides in to the bearing because the bearing keeps the pin in. The pin through here for the hex. And the hex goes on to stop it all sliding apart. If I'd actually done my prep work, I'd have put a bit of thread lock on this. I already put in the hex, ready to go. But no, I neglected to do that. Let's just do that now. Don't need to over torque it, it's just to stop it pulling off. A few drops of CVD lube and work it in. And then you've got the rear hub assembly and CVD all assembled. And just got to do that one more time. Time for the hubs to go in here, and then the anti-roll bar and the upper camber arms. Sometimes I find it a bit easier to get it all together using an Allen key because you've got a bit more to hold and it's a bit narrower, so you get a bit more wriggle room for things. And then when it's through, you can follow it back through the actual pivot pin. I did say sometimes easier. There we go. And that goes on the end. See if I can make as much of a meal of it on the other side. Brilliant. This is a bit strange in that you've got two screws that come in from the sides, and it seems like it kind of turns it into a little hinged a bit. Trying to do things for the camera means I can't see things. Oh. So take the slot out of that. There we go. Pretty much. What's next? I believe it's braces. Right, so the rear brace, you can either have it stiffer or flexier, depending on how you install it, either with the upper bushing, which you've got a little rubber one, or these little plastic inserts that go from each side, and then by how many of these points you screw to the chassis. And they provide you with these little spacers for whichever ones you are screwing to the chassis, so the other ones are a bit proud to allow the flex. Now I know I'm racing on carpet, but it's not the grippiest carpet, and I'm not the most gentle with the throttle, so we'll go for a bit of flexi. We're going to put the rubber bushing in and just one mounting point and see how that goes. So in with the rubber bushing. go. That should mean we've got a bit of flex there at the back. Hopefully a bit more grip for my clumsiness. So that is pretty much the whole chassis. Got the shocks to go and the electrics. So let's get the shocks done, isn't it?